Hello and welcome. Summer has finally arrived to Finland. It's like +4. I'm still streaming from outside. But hey, welcome to our channel. We are thrilled to have you here. Our channel is all about exploring intercultural communication. You can expect engaging discussions, fascinating insights, and a lot of fun as we dive into unique ways people from different cultures enjoy things and cultures. Today, subject is when Española en Nederlander ja Suomipoika is from whisper to bang. But before that, hey, please, from whisper to bang, or for a whisper to bang, well, from whisper to bang, you get the idea. Hey, what happened last time in the last episode? Hola, guys.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? What happened last time? What didn't happen?
Yeah.
What didn't happen? There happened a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, a
Like
recap,
always in the
friends. Recap.
Recap. Mark,
What
recap.
stayed with you? Did you have something you want to say about the things that were discussed, or?
no, it's again a lot of topics again, huh?
Yeah.
What always comes with everything and nothing, you know.
Yes.
And that's a really interesting and well, don't know if there were reactions, but anyway, we should use some topics from there sometime, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is
correct.
No.
really interested, why not? I remember what stayed with me. Well, I remember saying something about Fermi paradox, and funny enough, when I was walking on the street, there was one guy from Britain, from a British guy. I was talking to him, and like he's kind of acquaintance, and he's really nice dude. And he was telling suddenly about Fermi. Do you know Fermi paradox? Like, haha! I was just discussing this online in our live stream. It's muy bien. Although I'm sure that somebody who can easily correct me, because it's like, there's like this guy, this Fermi, and then the aliens, and they are. It's like maybe it could have gone a little bit better, but yeah, that's what stayed with me. So how about Spain or Spanish?
Nothing. I was just remembering that I am still with the invisible thing, and I was like, well, this few days ago, I had been on topics of invisible things, like for example, matters like security in the net, or for example, like something that I saw that looks really creepy, that there is like some kind of substance in the ambient in United States, but they say that is around all the world, that it looks like a snow or a fog, and it's not. It smells really, really bad. They say
Like
that it smell to chemicals, and then that is a little bit suspicious, the stuff, and
Yeah, I heard something too.
Yeah, I have seen something about it also. Interesting. Maybe
interesting. So the invisible. What do you think that it will be? By the way.
Well, I've seen a topic about it, and they said it are tiny electro stuff. It's like chips, really tiny chips, and by the millions, billions. And
they kind of replicators like from Star Trek, and then they will like build another machines and more of themselves.
Yeah, no, not like that, but
hello, that meat. Hello.
Hola.
That meat.
Oh yeah, hello, welcome.
So
well,
yeah, what is this?
I don't know. What is that? It looks scary. It was a bit scary, and there was like some guy. I saw some guy walking, and he's like, "Okay, it smells like this and all that," from the fog thing. So
yeah, I've seen also that when the fog was away, that some weird stuff was growing on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
like hair and stuff,
I have to say that I am not sponsored by Stiga, even though it says there in the background. So maybe I'm just tiny bit move this. But for Stiga, you want the sponsorship deal? Well, maybe with not Nordic sticks. Maybe that's too much. Okay, anyway. Well, yeah. So there has been this is really creepy stuff. The misting.
For me, it looks like when I saw it was like afterwards it was gathering like something that looked like a snow, but it was like plastic because people have tried like to melt it, and there is no, it doesn't melt or anything like that. So.
Okay, yeah, that one too. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the Marsmen are here, and next week the machines come out from the ground. You know.
Do you ever remember?
The machines are here. What are you saying?
Like just like a word of warning or like observation. That do you ever remember seeing in movies or somewhere in books that something really? Well, I think usually things that come out of the mist are not exactly like the most pleasant ones. Or is it just am I negative?
It's always negative ones who come out of the mist. Yes.
Worlds or something. And I think so.
Mm-hmm. Mist is always scary.
Yeah, so that's and then like was Silent Hill was this one PlayStation game, old million years ago. It was like foggy all the time, and there was this terrible creature. It was a bit spooky. But hey, maybe
Silent Hill, real life. Huh?
Yeah, and that doesn't sound.
Another thing that I wanted to comment that it was like from before the passing of 2025 to come to pass to 2025, it's a good training for the FOCA as well. We have this tradition in Spain how to pass to the next year. That the last 12 seconds or the last first seconds of the year, you eat 12 grapes on time with the clock. Meaning like if you survive.
If you survive that.
Yes, if you survive that, you can make it. So you can make wishes. And, you have first, you survive and then your wishes maybe come true, So that goes like this. Our tradition, but not everybody knows this.
Yeah. Well, if you survive that, you can survive pretty much anything, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like you can after the third, and it's fun because everybody's like laughing, because you are laughing about the struggle of the others that are with the grapes and so on. And I have a little secret that I cannot eat grapes because I am allergic, so I use mandarins, so I substitute it.
No, it's okay. You can use.
But I cannot give up to that tradition. I'm sorry.
But if you get something stuck, it happens. Well, Heimlich maneuver. You take the person from the back and you press from the solar plexus or what is this down?
Yeah, like toothpaste.
Okay. Yeah, in the belly.
Yeah.
I just for real, you should. If somebody who doesn't know, learn it. I have tried it once. I think I have saved at least one person's. Could be that I saved one person's life with it. It was just automation. So that's the stuff. But hey,
maneuver.
Strange things, Heimlich maneuver, traditions, Fermi paradox. We are already somewhere in a. I think we need to make very soon again the everything and nothing. So maybe we can do something about the mist. Who knows? But hey, and now yes, today's subject from whisper.
Sound.
No.
Sound. Today's subject. Sound.
Yeah, sound.
Bang. That's
from whisper to bang.
Yes.
Bang.
Silent or loud.
A whisper to a bang, I think even. But whatever. Hey, but then, how about the Spanish? If we dive straight to it, no more nonsense, right?
What is sound? No. What is an approach of the sound, like with kids' eyes? How will you put it? What is sound? How do you remember when was the first time that did you hear sound?
I remember that I was in my mother's stomach. No, I wasn't. I don't remember that.
Yeah, and I heard my mom let her. While she was push biking,
Okay, when she was running.
Hey, okay, let's not go too carried away with the whole thing, which is nice every time. It's funny also and good every single time. right?
Every
By the way,
single time.
now silence is between the sounds, right? Okay, but anyway,
Yes.
can I this? Hey,
What is
if
sound?
you want- no more sound. Can I have just a moment? I will say one thing, then we go. Hey, if you know things about sound a lot, if you are some kind of professional, if you hear that we talking our sounds, what we make are not correct, correct us. Give comments, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So, sorry, Spain. So,
So
keep
what is
eye.
sound?
What is
From
sound?
this perspective, yes. Do you remember when was the first time that you were hearing something?
No.
Nope.
No.
Do
And
you?
if you could make like a guess or like a wish that that was the first thing that you will hear, what would be?
I have no idea.
No.
No idea.
Well,
It
No
wasn't
idea.
me.
What
Nah,
do
the
you feel
first time.
any specific sounds of nature?
What is the first sound? You know, maybe the first sound you hear is like, oh, that's a fat baby, or something like that. You know, when you come out of,
Hey, if you're in the utero and it's inside your mommy still, do you already hear things? Yes, you do.
Yes.
It
Yes, you
would
do.
be the heartbeat of your mommy or something. But I have this. I don't remember. Hey, surprisingly, I don't remember things when I was in my inside my mommy still. I guess who knows. But I have some kind of idea that let's say that you would keep your hand somewhere and something vibrates. You know, like that is like a
So you will define the sound like a vibration.
yeah. That's some kind of memory of something which I cannot define. It's like let's say that you have something like a drum, drum, and then you would have your hand and it vibrates, or table or whatever vibrates. That's it.
Okay. What
That's
about you, Mark?
yeah, sound is vibrations. You know, it's different vibrations, and that makes our ears like our ears catch it, and that our brains put it on so that we can understand. You know, like that.
Okay.
Simply said, you know, I'm not a doctor, but yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's sound. You know, and I think sound is a really important thing. You know, it's yeah, I
Well,
think it's really an important thing of nature itself.
automatically, if I think about like how I will define sound, is like I observe sound or I perceive sound when I see, like, for example, like two objects or two elements colliding with each other, no? That produce a sound, right? So that could be like two objects, for example, but it could be like a string perturbating the air, for example, or no, and it produces a vibration, an oscillation, vibration, oscillation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was it? I've seen it once. It's like if
Try to not think about dictionaries, but try to make it like yourself, like the ability of observation that we all have for to find out definitions without going to check it what it is.
Yeah, if you think that the kids
no
are
no.
like you said, and if I may, this is
like
already
like a kid.
you already
Yes.
said this that you said one thing that you see that they collide. That's like the sound thing, and then I said that a surface is vibrating, and it's funny, different kind of very different description of the same thing from two different people. So I don't know.
Well,
And also,
how do you perceive sound? I mean, and then Mark, of course, he was telling about like that perturbation or vibration. It flies or it goes through a medio, yes, and then
It goes through the atoms.
it hits the air, and it goes from the outside to the internal, through the middle and to the internal, and then it becomes in some signal for the brain, no? That we decode, I guess.
Also, one thing that comes to mind from this, if I may, is the sound is necessary. It's really important. It's super important. It's like it's difficult to understand. Okay, it's actually really strange because in here, like in Finland, you can experience kind of deep silence. So I think also like I think you are not supposed to make so much noise and sound anywhere. Everything should be more like this. Obviously, if you have a heavy metal gig, then it's another thing. But like that, so somehow like this, it's really you don't really get it. Well, for example, in the area where I live, or some even in the center of Helsinki or whatever, you can, let's say Christmas Eve, it's really silent. Then you understand. And then, by the way, there is a thing that when the mist falls, it seems like the sound kind of muffs, that it mutes a little bit. So maybe what they have the mist, maybe it's not only covering what you can see, but maybe it covers also what you can hear. What they have it, if there is a reason for it, they try to cover up.
With the mist, it should not happen actually.
No.
No, because actually, like if I am correct, then you have like I was telling like the media that the sound can fly can travel. Let's put it like this. You need a media because it's like the sound are waves and it's mechanical, So the stuff is like you need a media for that it propagates so that it can travel. So it can go through air, through water, through liquids, or through solids. And what do you guess that is the fastest? Where it travels the
solids.
fastest? Yes.
Yeah, I would have said the same as well.
So if we think about mist, then I guess that there is like a more. The ambient is more dense, no?
Yeah, but then also if it's that's actually I don't know. That's
it's more water, more moisture.
It will be more faster.
Yeah, maybe
it should be faster. Actually, I'm gonna find it out.
yeah. Well, let's check. But the point is that because through water it moves also, I guess, and I guess depends even what kind of sound it is. What is the frequency and all that?
Sound is sound. It doesn't. I don't think it does really matter a lot which kind of sound. I think higher frequencies go further because it's higher. But
I think
I don't know.
I would say like because I was selling speakers at some point and stuff. I don't know much about it. I remember half what I knew somehow. But I think, for example, low sound moves differently and it spreads differently than higher sounds. I think so. But that's
I did
kind of remember this in somehow. So somebody
isn't
again
that
knowledge of sound, please comment, correct, keep some input, educate us.
Isn't that a different frequency?
What do you mean? Sorry, I am searching for that stuff. Again, please, I missed it.
The high sound and the low sound, aren't that different frequencies or something?
Yes,
obviously. But I mean, for me,
that's
it's
the
like
pitch.
I think they behave different also a little bit, no?
Frequency and pitch will be the same. Yes.
Like the bass sound moves differently in a space than like let's you have a subwoofer in a room. It moves. I think it can moves like differently the sound than the high sound somehow. Okay, it's waves, but since it's like shorter, I think shorter or longer waves.
Hey, Pasi, you
were correct. Longer or shorter.
Listen.
Yes.
In general, the sound can travel through the mist or through the fog, but the intensity and clarity can be affected because of the absorption and dispersion of the waters, of the drops, but they are like minimal. So you can notice, but it's really, really. So maybe you are right about this because even that, like there is like a space between because there is a space between the
there's some creature behind you.
Watch out!
Look at
danger!
There's some creature behind you. Look at it.
What is? Funny motherfucker. really,
He was scared.
Really,
I really thought there was a creature behind me because of the of the fog
Yes,
and mist and all this stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
okay, sorry, maybe I should think more. Sorry, I didn't. But there was a
I will
huge,
kill
great,
you.
big ear.
A
And,
huge beast.
yes, but
Oh
it's
my
very
goodness.
nice
A
proper.
hellhound.
Yeah. So
So yeah, the sound
okay,
can propagate good in the air, but yes, may be affected by the mist. Yes.
so but how about then? How about some kind of cultural things about sound, huh?
Cultural things about sound. Well, this
Yes.
is a good point that I think that we were talking the other day. For example, like when we were talking about the other day, like in the beginning of our conversations, like about the communication. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yes.
it was like Finnish people, like you were telling. For example, you will say like you are more used to like space. I mean, like not so used to noise, and there is
No.
vacuum. Because you have a lot of space. There is no, it's not crowded at all. So maybe you are more used to not much sound, and more like related to nature. You are more in contact with nature sound, I think.
Yeah, could be.
Like
Or
maybe you are more silent because of that, simply because you tend to imitate the nature, maybe. I don't know.
mm,
And what about Holland? I think that will be quite different because the density of population that you have in Holland, no, Mark?
Yeah, it's a lot of activities everywhere. You have to really live on the countryside to find silence,
Mhm.
but still there. Still there, it's busy. So
How important is sound for that people? Meaning, like, is like, do you feel like really affected for this? You are used to it, or what? Because I guess that for
yeah,
Finns that would
I
be like
think
quite perturbing.
yeah, depends on how you look at it, but I think it's really important. I think like the Dutch culture has like if you go to a terrace or something, there's always music, and if you go to a bar, there's always music, and that's really really important. If you go to a football stadium, there's music. There's music everywhere. A lot of music, and that's really important uh, for the vibes. The positive vibes. And I noticed if you go to like bars in Australia or in England, also a little bit. But also in Germany and stuff, mostly they don't have music on, especially in Germany. They
no.
don't. If you sit on a terrace or something inside a bar, maybe yes, but outside a bar on a terrace, no, it's silent, and most people are whispering. And well, if they do talk, they talk really silent because it's privacy, and they don't speak about private stuff. And for example, if you come in Holland and you sit on a terrace, people will tell their whole life story, on a terrace.
Yeah,
Nobody cares, It's like
They say it.
same like in Spain. Yes, same.
yeah,
I
and
think
and
so.
and that's the difference. People talk loudly, and I had many times in the past that I sit on a terrace and you're just talking, and somebody behind you hears you talk, and then you get in conversation with other people, with strangers and stuff. It's really
Yes,
easy, and I think sound does a really important thing
yes,
to that, to the
Oh,
atmosphere.
sure. All that. Well, I have to
yeah.
say now that you mentioned bars, we do talk in bars. That's the place we actually do talk. And then in privacy of the sauna, when you are drunk, or maybe even not, then you talk intimate things. So that's the stuff. But I would say like it's like from here at least with the bars and the music. I think here is important. I think it's important. I think there is like in Helsinki. What I can think of is like that there is especially some bar that says that they don't have music. that it's gonna be without. But I would say more or less everything else has. So I also embark. You have music playing, and
Yeah, that's good. And the best black metal comes from the Nordic countries. So I don't know how it's with Finland, but what kind of
well,
music comes from Finland? You know.
there is a lot of metal music. Yes.
in Finland there is a
Yes.
lot of. I think, yeah, we have kind of few good bands, I guess, but also there's like million bad ones probably, because then you need to have the pool of them so to get. And I think that happened because we stick with it when nobody else gave a shit about it, so we still did it, and then it actually lived on. I remember at some point when I was a kid, there was not really like a international success. That was like a joke or like this kind of goal that everybody. And then when somebody even dared to say that they're gonna go to America and they're gonna take over the world and do that, it was always like, and nobody kind of made it. There was first the Hanoi Rocks thing, and then after this took time, that then came your Night Wishes and whatnot, all sorts of Children of Bodoms and whatever other things you have a lot of. So I think maybe
And another
maybe
thing, you
yes,
were talking before about like the frequency, no? That is will be like the pitch. Will you say like, for example, like in Finland, the people, for example, or yeah, for example, let's talk about people voices, for example. That's a curious thing. It's like high pitch or
Hey,
low pitch. High pitch or low pitch in Finland?
low. At least I have been told also that for some people it sounds sexy. I mean, I think it's really like, I don't know mine, but I think I would say immediately low. And you talk like, in a certain way, and I don't think it's like. And for me, I remember there was one person who was talking exactly like when I was selling things in a place, and there was a person like talking like this, and I was like. It was super funny. That was how the person spoke, and that's it. But it was really like, for me, it seemed really funny. I don't want to upset anyone, but it seemed like a joke that nobody should. No, I wouldn't expect anyone to talk. But they open their mouth, it's like, what?
So as a preference, do you prefer low or high pitch?
Pitch. I probably depends on the mood and everything, but I would also say that I wouldn't maybe enjoy so much. Well, let's say I like Iron Maiden. I like Bruce Dickinson is my favorite singer, and he goes high. I love it. So in certain things, yes, but in general, I would say rather like this kind of. Okay, even just a fast example. You at some point the joke was that basically you would want to have on the background like this kind of space Star Trek hum that you have like when the spaceship is going or something. So yes, low. Enough.
Low.
Okay.
Low to meet someone. I mean, like if you meet someone, do you prefer that is like or that is like I don't know.
Well, I think whatever would be more like that the pitch of if it's speech or whatever, like
I know what
sound.
I know what the Dutch guy is gonna say in the middle.
I was already thinking that I'm in the middle, easy peasy, like chilling in the rain,
Yes.
I would say low rider.
You prefer low or
low
high?
rider.
Low.
And definitely the Spain are like high, like woohoo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but then we have to differentiate what is the amplitude or the frequency, because the amplitude then is like we are talking about volume. Then we are in Spain. We are
energy.
We are loud. Yes, we are a lot. And it's not only when we are partying, but everywhere. In the bus, like in the metro, everywhere. So you can feel a Spanish person when it's around normally. And of course, we have everything also there. There's people that are basically furnitures that you cannot distinguish is a furniture or is a person, because they don't also talk. But yes, like normally you notice
Just
them.
the average.
Yeah, but in Holland, I guess it's the same. Also, like people is loud.
Yeah, I think too. It's not in the middle. It's a little bit less than Spain, I think.
Yes.
A little bit less, but it's also in that direction. Yeah, Dutch people are also loud, energetic, energy and talking a lot. A lot of words. But yeah, the Holland is also a little bit higher pitch.
Do you appreciate silence?
No, I don't want silence. At moments it's fine, but I mean you need your peace, at that moment. But for the rest, I don't. No, I don't like silence too much. I like activity because I'm used to it. I like people talking and stuff.
And you, Suomipoika?
I like silence.
You like?
No, I try to make. No, I think people enjoy silence here. I think, and also.
No, but you.
Well, I had family where I was living. I had family when I was living. Many people have that. Some people don't have it. I'm very sad for those who don't. I had a family where I lived with. There was siblings, so there was a lot of people. Then my mommy was taking care of kids, so there was a lot of noise. So I am used to this, that there is action, but then comes a point that it can be too much. And for example, if there be loud noises and high pitch, I think that could be something that could little bit be at some point too much for me. And at some point, if I'm doing something, that could be that the noise starts to get to me and I get like irritated about it, or like I cannot concentrate, and like this I would say. So, and also, and Finnish people, I think I think it's more seen that if you speak loud, that means that's like there's some drama. That means that there is like a problem, most likely, or if you raise your voice, I don't think it's like. I think people will look at like, what is this? Like they will be like this. Like, like no. I don't think that happens. I think like it is like you are in the bus, you should be quiet. You go in the public transportation, quiet. The shopping center is, well, if there is some people who are not from Finland, maybe they make some noise. But the Finnish huggers, if they're not drunk, they probably don't make that much. Well, kids maybe. I think that could be changing also. But I think
that is getting more and more southern.
Everywhere, when you're in the bar or in a concert, like there's places you can be loud. And in bar, it's okay. Everybody is. There's the music, then everybody's screaming. And
what about like this paranoia, for example, like that you are telling something private from you and someone will be paying attention or something, like what Mark was telling.
If you're drunk, you don't probably care, but I think you're gonna whisper.
In Spain, we don't care.
Whisper things. And,
okay.
But I don't know how about otherwise the volume in different situations. We covered that also already, but like just made that. So in Spain, because I think here is like you could easily, like for example, whisper to someone something. I think it's not seen like very.
We only whisper if it's a criminal matter, I guess, but not really like.
Only like we whisper only if it's a criminal matter. Used to know.
I mean, like something related with corruption or with whatever dealings, But not if you are telling, for example, about your problems or something, because you don't think that people is gonna be listening. And if in the other hand they want to listen, pues why not? Maybe they learn something. I don't know. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you don't care that much.
What is gonna happen? Like, of course, now then thinking about, like when you go to the, privacy, that is, this is like this subject, no, that is now so about like the security in the network and in the net in general, and that they are like well, for now we are good targets, not because they can clone our voice, they can do whatever thing, and then use your data or your whatever for to make extortions or stuff like that. So yeah, but some person could be also there, that you are sitting in a bar, can listen to you, that I don't know, that you are cheating in someone, for example, and then they are going to start. That is really strange that person in concrete will do something like that. You have to be really having bad luck. So I discard this, like maybe because I don't even think about it, when you are in a terrace in Spain, for example, or in a bar or in the bus. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Dutch also don't think about it.
yeah, maybe
Also,
if you are in a village, no, maybe.
in a village, maybe a little bit more, but no,
But
it's
anyway,
also like if you sit on terrace, you just talk, and I think you know a lot of privacy things, and so if you hear some private stuff from another table, you just don't listen.
yeah,
It's their stuff, so it's not my stuff. So yeah, it goes straight through.
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would
So
say I still would be the same here, except of course if it would be like something like, holy sh, did you, like if it would be something really like what? It's like, but okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess we went through.
that would
We
be
also,
interesting. That would be interesting. For example, if you guys that there is one person listening there, and, in the ether, or if you see this later, it would be really nice if you will leave in the comments. How is it for you? What do you prefer? Like high pitch, high volume, low volume? How do you prefer? Do you
yeah,
appreciate more? For example, I didn't make that question. Do you appreciate more like sounds from the city or sounds from the nature? Maybe some people, I guess that because, well, the first sound I think that we all hear is about like being in the amniotic liquid in our mother's womb. So the stuff is like all the sound that we perceive it through there, and then like Mark said, the solid is like the fastest way that you perceive, but in the water is like kind of like you perceive also a lot, so then
yeah, but
I don't know.
I can't remember what I heard in my mom's belly.
you cannot.
No,
Okay.
and I think the question is a good question. What do you prefer? Do you prefer city sounds or do you prefer nature sounds?
Yeah, this is the
Uh,
point
I
that
th-
this is nature,
I
no?
think I think for myself I prefer village sounds, or like I hear a bit nature and stuff, but I also hear the gezelligheid, de gezelligheid van village life. You hear a little bit people, you hear fun, you hear laughter and stuff like that.
So it's in the
Mhm.
middle. It's in the
In the
middle.
middle.
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a middle.
So
I
that would
don't.
be nice to find out what in the comments, no? People will say like what they
Yeah,
like more. What
that
is the
hey,
tendency that people likes? Yes.
whoever is having their ear on this and listen, leave comments about what do you think. Maybe we can then check out how many people say what, and and come up with some conclusions or at least results.
Yeah.
Who the
This
city, who
interesting.
and all that. So, but yeah, the sound travels differently in different mediums. That's the stuff, and and in solids, like we covered, that's where it travels better, right? And
Mhm.
and then water is denser than air, and the molecules are like what closer to each other or something. So it's also better, I guess, in water than air, right?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
this thing really strange for me in that sense. So basically, in the air, it's like 300 something meters per second, like
Yeah.
in some normal temperature, I think, in air, and then water is like way faster than air. It's like 1.5 kilometers per second, like this. So
Mhm.
is that is like something, and then with the solid, I think it goes like 4 times faster than in the water again. So
Yeah, if you think about, like we were talking, like that at the beginning when we were making like ourselves, no, this conclusion is about like something that hits another thing, no, it's like action reaction or whatever. It's like the stuff is like
Action
in
reaction.
yeah, the particles in the solids are more are closer to each other, you know, so that makes sense then, because then the
yeah,
reaction is
if there's
faster.
nothing in between, it's just like this one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So then the propagation is faster because of that.
just a stupid question. Did you have when you were a kid? You had yogurt, plastic yogurt thing, and you put the string between, and then you go.
Yes.
So, did you have
Did you
that,
make
Mark?
that, Mark, when you were
Yes,
small?
yes, we had that too. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it me? But I don't know if kids today. I'm old, dude. It's like when I was young, we made yogurt things. We made string with the yogurt thing. Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
they will think we are nuts.
This time today, have you seen this?
Well,
Have you seen these children nowadays doing this kind of yogurt box things with the string?
if you
No, no,
guys,
these days they use the telephone.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are wireless. Mm.
Ah,
yes,
no, or they have a headset. You know, they all have a headset and they talk online with people around everywhere. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
think now
amazing.
it's basically when
yeah.
you are like 2 months, somebody puts your, like a tablet on your hands, like okay. But
How
yeah, that's
you?
good.
Yeah, no, if I hear like from my kids, you know, they are like playing online games and stuff, and then yeah, they telling like, oh yeah, I was playing with a guy from Argentina or from Israel or from Egypt or whatever, you know, from Poland, or it goes
That,
around the world.
that's crazy stuff. And think about how
That's
much
really crazy.
you have to make from, like from Germany to Egypt with the yogurt thing. It would be
Yeah, you need a lot of string, huh?
yeah. So who knows? Maybe they don't even eat yogurt from plastic boxes. What do you do then? Huh? I don't know.
Yeah, I have
So
no
the
clue
kids today
what to
having
do without yogurt boxes.
yeah. But that's also, I remember there was some kind of I got some message. Yeah, now I got confused for something. Remember?
Mm,
Yeah, I remember they don't have to pretend that they're gonna have a phone to talk to or radio, because that was like, I think we had like radio walkie-talkies and stuff. But now you have this, that you have a channel that the camera just rolls and there's gonna be random people around the world, and of course, I guess weird stuff can happen in that as well. At least when I checked with friend from years back, I don't know many things that is going on. I am a bit.
yeah, but think of it. You know, we are talking now too, and all around the world, people can hear the sounds we make. You know,
Yeah,
if they understand what we say, or
yes.
if they like it or not, I don't know.
Mhm.
But you know, they have to comment. But
What about
we are,
now that you say this? Now you say this,
yes,
Mark. What about, for example, we were walking once in the forest, Suomipoika and me, Not well, we have not only worked once, but many times. But then we hear like the noise of birds, like making some noise, and you can distinct when something is happening and when it's a normal thing and when it's not normal. And then it's like, if we don't talk the same language than the birds, do we? Do we, Suomipoika? No. You understand?
I can talk to beasts. Yeah.
But for example, now that everybody is like listening, even if
you
they
can take that double, huh?
Yeah, I'm like the Beastmaster from 80s movie. I'm just not so well built, and not. And my sword is from Spain, from Barcelona, but it's a bit of a toy. I can show you my sword at some point. That sounds
But
really weird.
Yeah, don't talk about it more often.
Well, it's beautiful. Okay, but yeah, what you said about you can hear that. If let's
the
say
stuff is like Mark was telling, that there is people that can listen to us or hear us around the world, but there is people that will not speak English, but they will get like something out of the sound, that will make them to whatever, to interpret something. And so it's a way of communicating even if you don't have words,
well,
the sound
probably make it grunt before, like caveman business, like maybe there is like, I guess depends on the gestures. But also I would go even further, if I may fast, is that I saw some program at some point, they were making this kind of like when you speak a word that means something, that you could define basically without knowing anything about the language that is spoken, and you say like that there is a thing that is sharp and pointy. It's like and then you have a bubbly thing like an cloud, like, and it's like flop 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 flop. Yeah, people would understand. Most of the people would understand based on the sounds they hear. Do you mean sharp, like a uneven object, or like kind of like a soft round thing? That was somehow built in their head. I don't know that much.
It's a spiritual language.
With the things, he showed these objects to people. You think this is this or this, or what is this? Which one? Of course, then there is maybe 50-50 chance. But okay, that's one thing to elaborate with the sound. And like you said with the animal, yeah, you can hear if there is some from dogs, from birds. You can see that if something is not okay, or it's like, you understand.
You can perceive the vibration of the sound, even if you. I mean, like, that something is not okay, But well, like also, like, it's interesting how what's going on there.
Or that the things are collapsing around me. I mean, like there's snow that is melting and it's dropping. It's just a bit silly. That is like chunk of snow that fell and now it's melting and it's falling from everywhere.
Okay.
Around. Sorry.
Like also is also like nice to see how the sound react when they encounter other stuff. What do you think that it could happen?
Bouncing.
Meaning, like when the sound gets into another.
The sound hits something.
It's something which it can penetrate.
Yes.
Or that's one option. So that it will be like called absorption.
Well, I remember,
what can happen? Also.
Echo.
Hello.
Echo.
Are you getting drones there or what?
No, I mean like this. It's just like kind of surprise sounds
by the fog.
In the dark, the balcony is cold, and I am alone. Only to my friends outside there. Yeah, I practical thing. I remember that they was making like a rehearsal place with one dude I knew earlier. We were putting mattresses on the walls to isolate. So I guess soft material and this kind of stuff will like absorb the sound, and at least that kind of thing I could say.
Yeah.
Then the
So
sound
then,
this
Yeah.
kind of absorbs it, and then if you can put different structures and different forms, and then it will bounce differently, I guess. If there's a person, hey, now if there's a person for some reason who have some like a professional views of the sound and knows really well, please correct these things. I am just saying, mattress, it kind of does this and stuff. So if you know, if there is, by the way, is there any comments? I cannot see from here really well because I'm on the phone. I would have to log in. So if anyone comments on this one, should I read it and try to check?
so
Hey, David, do you know something of sound? Or someone else? And by the way, that. So please
basically, using your head, how do you think that it could happen? Like using your brains, even if you cannot see the sound. But I mean, imagine like you are a sound. If you hit something, what can happen? What possibilities?
No, right.
Yes. You get a headache if you hit something.
Well, yes. As a consequence of friction, yes.
If it bounces back.
Yes. It goes through,
Good.
it bounces back, it hurts.
Bounces back. Okay, so that will be called refraction.
Yes. Okay.
Echo.
Boom. So that's like when the sound reboots against something.
Refraction.
Yes.
Okay. So they change its direction.
The first one that passes it is called absorption. Then when it bounces, it's refraction.
Okay. Okay, maybe that's enough. Okay, sorry.
And another possibility will be like it behaves like a Dutch guy.
What behave as a Dutch guy?
Yeah. It's like, it's like it kind of like bones and absorb at the same time.
Okay, so but
in the middle.
Then hey, animals use the right sound. Bats, they shoot the sound and then it comes back and they listen. What is the creature?
Sonar.
Right? And the submarines and stuff shoot the things.
A bat.
No?
A bat. It's called a bat? Yeah, it's called a bat.
A
bat. Like, wee.
Fly. Yes. It has the skinny wings.
The
like
vampire.
Look, they use this. System.
Yeah. They have but they are basically almost blind, I think, and they are shooting the sounds that they hear really well, and they navigate. They don't really hit stuff, but they fly, and they breed small creatures, the insects that they can find, and then like the submarine.
I think it's called that is called like reflection.
Sonar.
Yes. Refraction,
because then you have diffraction, that is like that it bends. I mean, like it's when it collides with an object, it bends around it,
Okay.
It comes back.
So it goes around it, but it doesn't go backwards, but it goes around it.
But it goes back because then they can see where it is.
Yeah, but in that case with the bats, what they use is I think it's deflection. Yes. Or
because they send out a tone, and then the tone flies away everywhere where there's nothing, and where is something, it bounces back, and the time the sound comes back, they can calculate how far it's away and where it is and everything.
How about the dolphin?
It's reflection. It's called reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, reflection. Or we always called it sonar.
Yes. Okay.
Submarines use it. Military boats use it. Whales do it also. Dolphins do it.
Yeah. But do you remember also, like we were talking about, when it was also like in the Friday 13th that we were like talking about like like places, and also in the
Don't throw it.
in the last one we were talking about like about the
I hit it.
about going to the churches, the atmosphere
Oh,
that you
sorry.
feel there.
When you
About to
go
go into like temples or churches or stuff
yes.
like that. That all this, if you think about it now, it makes sense why we feel one way or another. Because, for example, in the architecture, the ceilings are high and stuff like that. So it has also to do with the refraction, deflection, all these kind of like behaviors of the sound. And it creates some kind of psychological thing for us, you know.
No,
Also,
it's
it involves you, you know, when this kind
it's
of
it's vi- it's vibrations, and vibrations go through your body, and your body is made out of water, and water has memory, and water is affected by vibrations. Yeah, and positive vibrations bring positive. You know that the Japanese guy did test in it, and
Yes,
yeah,
some
yes,
few others too.
I
yes.
have
And
seen
so
that.
you, yeah, and then you get the positive vibrations. So that's why you get a psychological reaction, because your body goes in a spiritual. They call it spiritual, but it is vibration stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And
Everything is.
yeah, they tried it out with plants in also, I told it once before in another stream, but they tried it out with plants in the USA at if I remember good, 12 universities or something. They put there two plants, yeah, the same plants, the same age, the same ground, everything the same, in a glass environment, each plant, and then separate from each other, gave the same water, the same food, everything the same, you know, the same temperature, exactly the same. The only difference was that at the one plant, all the kids should talk positive, and on the other plant, the kids always should talk negative. You know,
Yes,
and the plant who at 11 from the 12 universities or something, the plant who was always talked to positive was really big and healthy and stuff, and the plant was always talked negative to, that plant was really small or dead or even died at one of the universities, and that is the power of sound.
have
Yeah,
you
I
tried
think
with the rice? There is
I
this
was about to come
experiment.
that. I was coming to that, but you go for it. You know it. We can explain it much better
I
probably than
You can make the same. Actually, I did it when it was like 12 years ago or something. I did it with rice. You put like exactly like two bottles, same size and everything, and then you put like bad labels to one and good labels to the other. And then I have done it three times,
Mm.
the same results. The one that I put the negative one, you know, the negative, I was speaking and I also put in stickers to it, you know. And so not only like verbal, but also like in writing. So it was like black, really fast. It
Okay.
got rotated much faster. Yes, you can try it out. This one, it's cool.
hey,
That's fun.
if I may.
That's a nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say similar. Probably would have explained it much more less coherent. But anyway, yeah, I have seen the same. Also, I just happened to check. It was this guy called Neil Oliver. I kind of listen to him sometimes. I don't agree with everything that he says, but he seems to have very good points. But he was talking about like hauntings and like hauntings, you know, like ghosts and how people react. And he was mentioning, for example, there that there was like they were talking about some garages that were like a joined together. It was a long building, and that there was some guy in there, and then he found in the night he was like fencing, then he was mending his sword, and then there has been like complaints in the place that people felt like anxious, and you know like that somebody was next to them. They watched and there was no one, and there was like some kind of really odd and creepy feelings. he went there. He put his like a sword to this kind of like thing, you know, that you put things. I don't know what it's called. Mark knows better. You know, you have two jaws and you put something in the middle, and then you can grind it or do work with it in the bench. So he took
it's some grinding stone or something.
yeah, it's like just like to press something together. I don't know the definition in English, but you know that you have a workshop or you have some kind of table and you put the thing between two things so it holds there.
Ya, una prensa.
A
Horno.
clamp.
The name for it.
It's like two metal pieces that you with an iron bar, no? You mean that you put it together? Yes.
Between something
It's
so
like
it holds
for to hold something, for to hold a piece or something. You use it also for welding.
A clamp.
Mark.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And now the funny thing is that when you don't have the right sounds, then explanation of a very simple thing becomes really difficult.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Anyway, he put it between plates. Then he had been there before, like the last night, and he felt like that he saw something in his sign of vision. He looked and there was nothing. He saw that there was something gray or something coming next to him. But then he was scared to watch. Then he watched, he didn't see. He put his sword there. He was trying to fix it. He went to get something, came back, and his sword was moving like. So, but long story short, eventually what they found was that there was some kind of like a, you know, like a fan that gives air to the building inside, like ventilation thing. It seemed like something like this was making a really low sound. That was being the stuff that created people this kind of like, they thought it was haunted. And the sword was actually moving because of the low sound. But this guy kind of found it out who was there doing this. So then also there is research, I think, that this low sound can create like this kind of like, it can, like Mark just said, it affects your body, of course, because it's vibrations, but I think it can affect your perception, like what you see and what you feel. And it can make exactly you feel like different things, basically.
Yeah, maybe if you feel,
because I just was listening to this guy a few days ago before I knew anything that we're gonna make the sound thing. I have a snowball.
Mark?
Yeah, so that's nice.
I have a pencil.
Yeah, I can see.
No, but maybe if there's a low, what do you say?
It's a very nice pencil.
It's a brown one. The snowball is better.
But what were you saying? What you were going to say, Mark?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like maybe it's like if you had to have that low sound, what you say of the ventilator, you know, in your story. Maybe if you feel it like here on this side, but you don't feel it on that side because the sound comes from there. Maybe only here on this side, your body notices it, and then you have the feeling because your brain functions it, and then your brain fakes you with thinking, hey, there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something
so,
there
and then
that
you think,
cannot identify, no? Also.
yeah, and then you think that it is a ghost, but because our mind is creative, but in real time, it's like, yeah, it's a ventilator. You know,
Yeah, I'm sure.
you know?
I think some kind of the ventilators box or something was making. So I don't remember exactly. Surprising, I don't remember.
But also when there is going to be like earthquake and stuff like that, there is like also like these low frequency sounds that people or animals can feel, and then they are like, you know, like they are they sense that there is danger, you know. So that low frequencies bring you a sensation of anxiety or danger, you know. It's also like high frequencies, like high pitches and stuff like that, and like you know, it brings you also stress and stuff. But the others bring you anxiety as well, you know, like that unease feeling, and people get sick because of these things, you know. This is why people has to be like careful with it. I mean, like there is like it's really important, you know, like to have like also like periods of calmness and to disconnect from the sound for the brain, because I think you can get sick or to that something mental can start to happen because of that, you know. And I think that they were using this like a torture, for example, for some people, you know, like they put noises and noises and noises, and they're, you know, they don't stop, you know, and then you become like
I
not
think
good.
it's
Yeah,
like. Go ahead.
you also have that silent room, huh? They built a room by. Now you finish the story. I started it.
No. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, fair enough. I was about to funny to say the same, that they have a room, and it seems like people cannot stay there for long. I think that you can hear your organs, and it's like, was it not that there's like pointy how they made the thing? You remember? You can probably explain that.
I didn't hear. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
they created a real special room. You know, and there is absolute zero sound. So if you are in there, you don't hear anything, really nothing. So at some point, people can hear their own heartbeat, or what you say, their own organs running,
Yeah.
and they go crazy mentally. They can't stand it. What was it? They the longest one stayed there 1 day or something and went mental, or 2 days or something like that. Really short, really like, that's short. But
Where is it? Where
Do you
they have
remember-
done this?
Where was it? Why do I say Switzerland, but probably not?
yeah, it can be. I was first thinking in the USA, but it isn't in the USA.
If
Hey,
someone knows it, let us know.
Yeah, please comment.
Yeah.
And hey, good to say at this point. Come on, please comment, and then subscribe, share, and like stuff if you like, and you want to share, and you want to subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notified when we talk this. You can hear our sounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, I will say now, share. I didn't say share. And buy us coffee, so we can share.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm thirsty.
Go to the
Hit
previous,
No, I don't
to
really
the
hit
previous
every-
video to link the coffee.
Click the things.
Yeah.
Ding. So, but yeah, where was this? That would be. Can you Google like silent room or something, if it's possible? If you don't mind, I cannot do much with this because that I would be
No, me
interested.
neither.
Let me
Yeah, I
find
can't
out.
remember where it was. I really can't.
I don't know why
Was
I would say
was it the States? I don't know. But
The
I know the
quietest
room,
room
and
in the world, known as a anechoic chamber, is located at Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Washington, USA. This room holds the Guinness World Record for being the quietest place on Earth, with a background noise level of minus 20.35 decibels, which is below the threshold of human hearing. The anechoic chamber is designed to absorb all sound reflections, creating an environment of absolute silence. It's used for various purposes, including testing audio equipment and studying the effects of silence on the human mind. I didn't know this. Thank you.
didn't know at all.
No, I didn't know this.
And that was funny that me and Mark both started about to say the same thing at the same time. This was really cool.
Really nice.
yeah, really good. Yeah.
I think that would be my worst nightmare.
Of course, the Spanish don't know about that, because that would be hell for Spanish people.
Exactly.
Maybe they
You
don't
want a
want
doctor for me? Put me there.
But the funny thing is that in the end, that you to have sound, you kind of, so that the sound you need the silence, and you cannot really, you need the silence and the sound. You need the silences between the sounds. You know.
Enjoy the silence.
You need the peace.
Enjoy the silences.
Yeah,
Enjoy
but
the
for some people,
Worse than
sounds are silence.
Yep.
All that you wanted, all ever needed is here in my arms.
That's kind of low beat thing stuff going on. What was the band?
Enjoy the silence. The song. Venga.
is here in
Venga,
my-
the band. Who
Enjoying the
says? Okay,
silence.
I should know this.
people have to put this in the comments. They have to find out themselves. They're not gonna tell them.
Yeah. They are not buying us coffee, so they can do something
Yes.
too.
Exactly.
Words are very
Yeah.
From
unnecessary.
who
They-
is the song "Enjoy the Silence"?
So
Find
basically,
it out in there.
yes.
Well, that's also a thing, eh? If they sing "Enjoy the Silence," I would think like, yeah, then shut up and let me be in silence. You know?
Hey, but shapes affect how the sound moves, what and all that, and soundproofing was covered. You at like practical was like you put soft things, and then I think somebody has been putting like like the egg box things has these pointed things that also reflects the sound different. Carpets. I remember when I was setting amplifiers, there was actually this kind of thing that they had like some kind of, was it timber matching or something called that, because the speakers in a cinema would be behind curtain that would somehow calculate the same effect. I don't remember very good.
Yeah,
That
they use
thing.
the materials that they use is really important, for like exactly like to absorb or to make like the sound doesn't reboot. How do you say? Like I don't know what is in English when something goes like hit and goes.
So
Yes.
that means hitting.
Bounce.
Hitting.
Yes, bounce. I did bam.
Yeah, bam, bam.
Madre mía, this is another that we have to put in the. That's
Hey, what's out?
communication.
What's
Non-verbal.
out? He has a snowball. That one has a snowball. What's out?
Yeah. If you don't
I'm not
comment,
afraid of anything.
if you just not start commenting, this is now soon icy and it's gonna hurt your, I don't know, butt.
Oi, oi,
when it hits.
oi, 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 oi. Not violent
Yeah.
here.
So
Remember.
there is
Okay.
also around among sound
That's not violence.
other things, right? Like there's a lot of things that
Okay.
revolve around sound. You have whole industry revolving around sound, music industry, and all the things that people go in that, for example, and who knows what they would
Sound
be
is important like light.
But sound is
Light and sound.
it's difficult to think about if everything would be. I don't know. That would be pretty. Hey, a question. Maybe it's a totally silly question. If you would have to choose that you wouldn't see or you wouldn't hear, what would you choose?
I wouldn't hear.
Again?
I want to see.
I didn't hear good. I didn't
I'd rather
hear
be.
good.
I'd rather be. How do you say it in English? Taub,
Deaf.
Deaf. Yeah. I'd rather be deaf than I'd be blind. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more important vision.
Yeah, I
Much
think
more.
also probably that's the stuff, and that's an actually an interesting point in this. Even if sound is really important, then it seems that something else might be even more important. Because for me, at least, hopefully I can see all my life and all that, and hopefully all that everyone else as well. But it seems just like that gives you an idea what of the senses in that sense is.
But the point also, like I think like the sound is really important combined with the vision, because I think like the vision per se alone doesn't give you all the awareness. I mean, like, have you tried, like, of course, when you go from the street and with something like this, like with the Wallmans or something like, it's not the same, the perception. It's for me, it's also quite bad, to not hear my surroundings, because that takes away, a lot.
Awareness.
Yes.
Mm.
It takes away a lot.
And this is actually this is the stuff that is funny, because when you've been here, let's say in some rural area, not even really far from Helsinki, where it's like when it goes to this, that there is really not your in a fields and forest, and then somehow there is really no background noise. When that's missing, that's already a huge deal, actually. You know, it makes a huge difference that you don't have this. It's like it's calm and anxious at the same time, because you are used to this, that there is some, you know, traffic background noise. It's the ventilation. Something is making, the fridge is making humming or bloody whatever, in that sense.
And you know also that what makes also like that, the sound doesn't travel that fast. Also, like the temperature.
Yes.
When it's cold, it's more difficult as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the same.
cold slows down.
Yes.
So do you
Yeah,
have any idea how the ear works?
Hmm.
There is like drums and, you know, like all sorts of things in the ear, the human ear.
Yeah.
Do you have Spanish person? You are obviously you are very versed with the.
You want a lesson of biology?
So now we're gonna sit back with some chippies.
I
No.
have a blackboard, whiteboard there. Also.
Yeah, make it. We're back in school.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back in school. Hey, and then throw a snowball at the teacher. You know, like,
Basically, it's an action reaction thing that happened. It's like only what happened in the ear is like the sound arrived to the pavilion, and then it's like arrived there, and then it passed through. I think it was like 3 volts. In Spanish is el yunque, el estribo, and you know the tímpano. First, the membrane transmit this, and then of course then this sound inside is amplified, and then is transforming an electric signal in the brain for the brain.
electric signal. I'm a cyborg.
We are basically we are electricity as well. We have
stuff. If you think about your cell phones and whatever we talked about earlier, not that much about it. Okay, but yeah. So, and then also that there is like, in a sense, I guess you can feel the sound even if you don't hear it, especially I guess the low ones. I think that's and also one thing is that then there is some kind of threshold that sound can cause you really already pain at some point. Like you said, it's been used in torture and stuff. So basically, I want like where is the like threshold that you actually can hear some average on average that you can? What is the sound that you hear?
I think like there is like, well, the sound is like you have to measure it in decibels. And I wanted to make you this question. How is it? Because in Spain, there is like regulations for them sounds that you make inside the house, you know. And if you are, I think that in the daytime you can be like till 35 dBs, so you can make sound like that, and then you can, you know, like in the night maximum you can make like 30, and then if you pass that, they go with a meter, and if you pass that, they can give you a fine. So how is it in Poland?
It's the same. I don't know the decibels and stuff, but I know after 10 o'clock in the evening, it has to go down a bit. And well, everybody does sometimes like this, you know, if somebody has a party for a birthday party or whatever you do, okay, no problem. But yeah, officially after 10 and not before 8 o'clock in the morning or something, or 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I heard in Germany also you cannot make the sound between 12 and 1 or something, or 12 and 2 at noon.
Okay.
Because those are resting times, and at Sunday it's definitely not not good to hear like working noises and stuff.
But that has something more to do with church stuff or what religion?
Yeah,
What?
that's it's Sunday's peace day, you know.
Yes.
Well, funny
Some-
thing, I
So-
think since I have actually sold whole household appliances some million years back, I think it was something like if you had a like a fridge and like you have like a fridge and a freezer, I think it would make like something like less than 40 decibels, the sound.
Mhm.
Like when you had like a dishwasher that was quiet, that it would be like maybe I don't know 32, 34, 6 something. So I'm just saying that did you say that in Spain that is 30 decibels is the maximum sound?
The maximum that you can do in the night.
Okay.
Nighttime.
Because that would mean in principle, if I understand, that you cannot put your dishwasher on. Because
People put the dishwasher on in Spain.
But in principle that could mean
Maybe they don't do it.
Of course it's
breaking the law, breaking the law.
But in principle, just I mean like that to put it some perspective, if you think about it, in principle that would mean that if it's 30, that you cannot use a dishwasher in the nighttime in Spain. It's too loud. That gives some idea, because at least if somebody tells me like 25 decibels, I have no hugging idea what that means. I don't know how much that is. So for
I
me,
think like
makes sense.
20 decibels is like the. Let me check. 1 second.
You missed.
Another one.
So Spain.
Okay, so sound intensity levels, for example, whispers is around 20 to 30 decibels. A normal conversation, yes, a normal conversation will be around 60 decibels.
You cannot talk in the night. You cannot talk in the night in Spain.
We talk. But if
No. It's against the rules.
It's twice more than the
because
rule.
the stuff is not the same. You have to measure it after the door, of course, because then between the door, between the walls, it's a medition, and in from the door, if the police call, is measuring outside, no inside.
Of course, if it's under house, it of course doesn't matter if it's but if it's the loud, as too loud outside, okay, yeah, of course.
And then traffic noises are, for example, 17 to 85 dBs, and a rock concert is around 110.
I would have said 120.
And jet engine is 130. Yes.
Okay.
What?
No, I would have said Motorhead was 120 or something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
So, but what is the like hertz? I think you put it in hertzes, and you have like 20,000 hertz. Then you have the high, the hertz. Like, what can you hear? The low and the high pitch sounds in hertzes.
Yeah, I don't know. There are borders, but I don't know the numbers.
This is, I think that is like 1,000. You mean like the threshold down?
Yeah.
I think it was like 1,000 or something like this. Hertz is like about like, yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's. But hey, what do you think what would you consider yourself, your own experience? I think this is a could be interesting question. What you consider is the quietest sound you can kind of hear? What is the stuff do you feel that would be one of the quietest things that you actually hear? Like some practical thing that people could relate to.
Well, I for example, I can hear if I am laying on the grass. For example, I could hear like ants working.
What?
What?
Are you kidding me?
You can hear ants, and now she's gone. She's frozen.
Spain, are you with us?
No, Spain said something from the Secret Service. Ants. The ants are coming.
Oh dear. So, but hey, how about you? If Spain is now out of the picture for
Yeah.
little seconds, so what is
Yeah,
the?
I was thinking. What's the silent sound? I think the most silent is when you lay in bed at night and there's no sound around anymore. And what
Yeah.
you can hear then, I don't know, it's simple things like if you like in winter, if you have the heating on, you can hear the water running through the heater or something, it's the things like that.
Yeah, because also
So
like I think like one thing that comes to mind is like when it's summer and you have leaves on the trees and then the wind blows and it's like this.
I am back. The
Welcome.
return of the Jetty.
So yeah, we were thinking now that what is the most quietest sounds you can imagine? You said you can hear ants walking. That's like
No,
sounds like
let me elaborate.
that
That is like I can
please do.
laying on the ground. I can listen. For example, if there is like some kind of insect or animal that is walking and is moving like some rocks or something like that, I could hear that.
Okay. Yeah. So like
I cannot hear that anymore. So
and I was saying that basically one of the most quiet things is like the leaves. That's actually that's like kind of white noise thing, no?
Yeah.
It's like water. I mean, like leaves of the trees that go, when the wind blows and it moves the leaves on the trees. It's like similar sound for me than when you put shower running. The shh.
White noise.
White
It's white noise.
It's white,
It's called.
right? And it's really like it. I think for me at least it seems calming.
yeah, that is calming. That's really peaceful. The peaceful
Yeah.
sound is that.
So, and actually, I guess then on the other hand, the other extreme, the rock concert, if it's 120, 130, I think that starts to be that you're supposed to
No,
hear.
120. No, 130 is like a turbine of like a jet or something like this, But in a rock concert will be 110, 120.
Yeah. So basically, if it goes over that, it starts.
Otherwise, I will be totally deaf.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So when you go to the concert, have you been wearing that stuff or not?
No. And not in the rehearsals either.
Yeah,
and that's bad.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but what I was playing, we didn't actually rehearse so loud that it would have them. But in certain places, I think in some rehearsals I might have been wearing some kind of, because it was so intensive, the sound.
I always liked to feel the sound. I really like it. Like for example, when I was in concerts, going to gigs, I like to feel like this. I don't know, this vibration that actually like it can be dangerous also, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, I could share that I have been in a younger years. I was in a bar, which was like some kind of dance place, which was not much of my scene in the end. I was more like to some metal heavy rock bar thing. But there was like this bass was going like boom, boom, boom. I think.
Yeah.
And I was having, like I was been drinking maybe a bit too much. I was starting to feel really like, wow. It was really bothering me, like the low bass sound. I couldn't. It was nearly impossible to handle. I think I had to leave eventually and all that. So basically, but people still hear different things. Like age affects the hearing usually. That people start losing the hearing and all that.
Did you
Not
experience
age,
anything? Did you
Huh?
lose any?
My hearing is damaged anyway from working in the metal stuff,
Yes.
So,
You mean like work or metal music or both?
No, probably both, but no, in the working, in the metal working, like I think it is already.
Es que the sound in the metal goes really. That's really heavy shit, you know.
Yeah,
The propagation
like
is
when I was young, I was building like
process.
yeah, let's call it boats, you know, and then you sit inside the boat. It's all metal, you know, and then it's like break time, and for fun, they not yell like from hey, it's break time. No, they just get a big hammer and hit
Ah,
that hammer full on the metal, you know.
Mm.
And yeah, sometimes you're just sitting there and you have your earplugs out because you want to talk with somebody or whatever. You have the earplugs out. Yeah, and if they hit on the metal at that point, it's like you hear for 10 minutes like beep, you know,
yeah.
in the ear,
Way.
Yeah.
stuff
Or
like that, you know.
how many people has this tinnitus, you know, stuff, you know, also that
Mm.
it's like a beat that you can
I
have.
was
That's
about to say about
fact.
same thing. I don't know how common is that, but that's
It
one.
has happened to me only like twice in my life, I think, that I had like this be after a concert. Then never.
But
Yeah.
is it the same if it goes away? Is it called the same
Yeah,
if
it
it's
does.
not
You can
permanent?
have it like constant because like a
Or-
permanent damage, or you can have it just like partial that yeah, there
Ah,
was
okay.
some.
I understand. I thought that it means that if you have tinnitus, that is something that you have it. You if you will not go away and it's constant. So
No,
if
no,
you
no.
like it
You can have
happens.
it for a while.
Okay, I was thinking maybe
Mm.
that's something else. Maybe that's like something else in that sense.
Or maybe,
So
well, I don't know. This is what I think that, or how I have called it. If I think it was tinnitus. Let me check. Tinnitus.
and hey, please,
Tinnitus.
again, may I? Well, she checks.
Spiritus.
I say to people in the ether, you watch this. Comment, leave us comments, correct us. I doubt we are like super professionals or like there must be things that are not correct, so we know. And there is things
I
that
have a question for the audience as well and for the ether. What do you think? Does the sound or does the sun produce sound?
yes,
What do you think? Yes?
sound produces sound. Yes,
And you?
Sound produces sound.
Sun, the sun.
sun. I thought
Ah,
sound.
the sun.
Sun. I was
I
thinking
understand
sound
sound.
will produce more sound because
And
it
then
The
the
has.
sun,
sun.
yes, yes.
Hey, Percy,
No,
it can be temporal. Temporal. So I am right. I am correct on this. It says that
okay, good.
tinnitus or acouphenos can be temporal or permanent. Yes.
Okay,
So,
fair enough. Good.
yeah.
Well, there you can see. You find out things. You learn shit. You
Un
learn
gallo
stuff.
infante.
Things.
And that's the whole meaning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they're looking. Then please, hey, correct. Keep comments. Put it afterwards. We're gonna go check if somebody lets a comment. You can
Homework.
also subscribe, like. You can share. If we hit the buttons, just click everything that you can bloody
Hit the
see.
bell.
Click
Expand
it.
the sound.
Click it. Click it. And then
Sound.
after you click it, you click it more, and then you tell your friends that you went to click it online.
Okay.
So yeah, but basically,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of
So
like
the sun
the sun.
makes sound.
Planet makes noise.
Not.
Yes, the universe is not silent.
Yes.
I mean, if we were
No.
talking about what we our conclusions that we have made about the sound from the beginning, what do you think, that the sun makes sounds or not?
Yes, yes.
But the
Yes.
problem is, what kind of sound?
The
Low
burning
sound.
sound.
Low or high pitch?
I would say
Low.
Low. Yes, correct.
But that's the interesting
Yeah.
thing.
Woo!
Yes.
We
And
have 10 points.
the NASA, it was a curious thing that I was making because I was like, we are going to talk about this. I'm going to find this out because I have this curiosity, you know.
What was it? I think it was Nikola Tesla who said that Earth rings like a bell. Also, the moon rings. There is like a vibration on this.
There is like
energy, I think. Oh, and that's gonna be again something I just have a notion. I don't really know much else than.
Of course,
The
because
NASA.
I think
Why? I have no idea. Maybe somebody
The NASA
write a
has
things like,
amplified these sounds, and actually, like, you can hear it if you want. But
Yes.
the other stuff is like, can you hear something in the space?
no,
Yes.
it's a vacuum.
No, exactly.
So I don't know
So
why,
there
but
is
I think there is no medium that will produce. But
bien,
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
bravo.
but hey, no. They discovered that space isn't a vacuum.
Yeah, but
I've seen it once.
that's a different story, because there is like dark matter. You are meaning like this?
No, they discovered it is widely spread, so it's hard
I
to
don't-
find. It's not
there's
like
something
here.
that-
So that's why they said it's a vacuum, but they discovered it's not a vacuum. So
yeah,
maybe
but
you can
anyway,
hear sound.
yeah, but anyway, then the sound cannot travel in there. That's the stuff that the medio this medio is they cannot
Who
transmit.
knows? Who knows? We don't know yet.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe we don't have the tools to find out. Maybe you need really like even, I don't know, lower
Hey, we put a phone on, like on the
frequency.
speaker, and we send it in space with a rocket, and then we phone our phone. Like here if there is a sound in space.
Yeah, that you mean like the signals that we have sent to the space with this
Yeah,
like
those are radio signals, yes, and
yeah.
all radio signals travel through space. So
Yeah, but that's
sound travel
different.
through space.
No, that's different.
Why is it different? It's sound.
Can I say something? I will not say
Yeah.
anything so it makes me look smarter, because I'm not sure what to think about this, what you are now saying. I will not say anything. I will just try to look, like I am like, yes.
Yeah.
I have
Hey.
no idea at all what's going on. But
I'm also thinking, I don't know. I think there can be sound in space, but maybe it's like what you said. It's like
the funny thing is,
the frequencies are different. The hertz is different.
But I
The
guess
difference is that the radio is electromagnetic waves, and the others are yeah, and the others are mechanic waves. So they need
basically.
Yes.
Can I ask one maybe silly question? Maybe it exposes my stupidity, and this is why we want people to comment and to teach us more things. Now, please go ahead. I will talk about you if you don't. Moment. Hey, but okay. Let's say that sun. Okay, how do we know that the sun makes sounds if the sound doesn't travel? So it's like the sun makes sound, but what happens? I mean, like there is a sound, but the waves don't go anywhere. So that
I will make you the same question. Does it
Yes.
mean that you cannot speak in the space? No, you can, but you will not be here. You see?
So, but what happens to the waves? They just don't move.
The sun makes sounds, but it cannot go through.
So there's no medium
But I
for
guess,
it to move. There is no air, there's no water, there's no solid things. So basically, there is no medium in space that can move, right? Is that so basic? But that means that there is still sounds in space, but they don't travel. But then
exactly.
but there is an interesting question. Maybe it's for someone who has more background in science, and maybe this is like, but if it makes the sound is also like some kind of energy, right? No?
Yeah. The what? The sound.
I guess.
If there's a wave, it's an energy, right?
Yeah.
I think that if the sun makes a lot of sounds, if the sound gathers somewhere, could it? Well, I don't know. If you put enough sound to something, I think it will. At least I have seen something that when somebody makes high-pitched noise enough, it's gonna break glass. So
we need Maricruz to
sound doesn't move.
in this.
Or the waves doesn't move. Maybe this is. I should have maybe thought about it more before I open my mouth. But it's a naive, maybe childish question, but
Now, sound is not an energy you can store. Sound is
No.
a vibration of
Yeah.
atoms.
Yeah, but basically, if you put it in a place that it's you, let's say you have a container and you put the sound inside, and it's made in certain way, it should then start bouncing there all the time. Does it increase there? And then on the other hand, like
Yes,
does
the
it
sound
just
produce
go
energy.
away? Huh? Sound
The
is
sound
energy.
produce energy. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, let's say that something makes sound, but the sound cannot go anywhere. So does it gather some energy somewhere? You know, if you put sound enough to sound, that I take a glass and I put sound. I just keep putting their sound. Will it at some point be too much sound and energy? And it will.
Claro, obvio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what happened with, for example, with the expansive waves?
What waves?
When you were when a bomb,
Yes.
you know.
A bomb.
What about it? Yes,
Yeah.
a bang, bang.
And now
What
we
The
get
happened?
to
Big
the
Bang.
bang.
The Big Bang.
Yeah, and that's the question.
Bang.
When is it from whisper to a bang? So, are you saying that before the Big Bang
We
there
are in
was
the
a
bang already.
listen? Was there a whisper before the Big Bang? You say from a whisper to a bang. Maybe there was a whisper
Exactly.
before.
A son was whispering, no?
Yeah, but I'm saying
What is
that
the
before
bang?
the Big Bang there was a whisper.
Claro.
As a son was whispering, and whispering is like 30 decibels, and that's not allowed in Spain. So a Spanish police came, and the bam, and then we had the Big Bang. You know,
The Big Bang.
the Guardia Civil were there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
And
for me,
then
I just
Spain.
cannot get over. Well, you know that how you consider how the universe has begun with the Big
Yes.
Bang, right? That's
Yes.
one thing. Then maybe there's another one. But now that when you put the episode name is from a whisper to a bang, so then one would consider like maybe before everything was created there was a whisper, and then there was a Big Bang. So maybe it's like you're gonna explode. But that's just,
Maybe.
I mean, that's just a thought. It's just like I never thought about it. That this is really, for me, this is like transcendental thing that I
Yeah,
just
inspirational in this
yeah,
moment.
it
Yes.
feel like maybe there was first like okay, then I don't mean necessarily that there was some god or something, but maybe there was just like a and that was enough to create the
Yeah, but this is what happens, no, in real thing. O sea, if we are telling literally about the stars, the sound is like we were telling that it was low, no,
yeah.
low amplitude, low frequency. Sorry. So then what happened with an explosion? And another thing, the expansive, so the sound of the explosions in the space doesn't travel. So the explosion in the space doesn't sound. Did you think? Did you think about it?
Well, the sound in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But there is no. You won't hear the explosion.
But Star Wars is always right.
That was my point. Also, like let's say that there is the sound. So, but if the sound doesn't move, it stays where it is. But then what happens? It disappears just somewhere. Then or what? Or does it gather?
It only can move if there is like something in between.
Atoms. It moves through atoms.
If it move, then it stays where it is. If it stays where it is,
where the matter is.
My question is
standing, I
can
guess.
someone answer me this? Give me a chat and comment things for this. I have really important questions.
Yeah, because I think because space is not a real vacuum. There are atoms there. So maybe it's like if you what we hear here as a very loud sound, but if you have the same sound like a big explosion, you know, in space, maybe those big explosions and they have a lot of sound, you know, a really big sound. maybe
Mhm.
the big sound is strong enough to travel a little bit through space, not that far, but still can travel. But like a small sound like our voice or something cannot travel because there are too few atoms there.
No, no,
You
no,
know?
no. The sound cannot propagate in the space if there is not material in there. You
Yeah,
know.
but there is material in space.
Yes, but the space between this is so big. I think that is not possible to.
Yeah,
But
that's why
some
I mean, like,
physicists or someone who knows about physics, that
Yeah,
would
please.
be like
yeah,
quite
This is actually
interesting to
kind of
find out for us that we are ignorant people
yeah,
from Europe.
it's the biggest question.
Well,
Can we scream in space?
well, the
You
alien says
can
in
scream in the
space
space,
nobody
but they
can
will
hear.
not hear you.
Nobody can hear you scream. The alien,
Yes,
the movie.
that's
No,
for
in
sure.
space nobody can hear you scream. I think it's the alien. But hey, please, people, comment, answer this. Somebody must know. This is the interweb. Holy
Exactly.
moly!
And I think that from today was enough, no? And
Yeah.
another thing that I want to tell. Have you ever hear about the binaural sounds?
Yes,
Yes.
I think I never listened to this kind of stuff. If it's possible.
Binaural sounds.
Yes.
Um, binaural. What's binaural again?
Binaural.
Maybe if we talk about it.
I am sure that there is like many videos also in YouTube that there is like people put in those, and then you have
Okay.
not heard those. Then this is something that you will have to find out. Binaural sounds.
Yeah, I have seen this.
We
I
can
think
reveal it in the
to-
next chapter.
yeah,
What?
Hmm.
Yes, we let it
binaural
like
sounds.
this.
Yes.
Eh? We
Yeah.
have ended with the explosion, with the bang, bang, bang. And I think
You are
like
really a teacher. Huh? Spain is really a teacher. We always get homework from you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like you have something to think, no? For the next day.
Hmm.
It's nice. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
a
no,
little maggot. They're like, tell me
It's
about
a
it. Tell
what
me
are you
about it.
talking about? It's like a little maggot. It's not
Yeah,
very
it's
bad.
like the maggot of the doubt to be or not to be.
Yeah, I know. I was
Do
just
I
trying
go? Do I stay? Should I stay? Should I go?
I
Should I stay or should I go now? I go.
yes.
Okay, guys.
Hey.
Enough
One
for
thing
today.
to repeat this thing that
Enough.
Hey, I tell you one thing. I tell
No.
you, Suomipoika, that you're from Finland. Listen, we only have from the StreamYard 20 hours per month. If we keep on making like lives of 2 hours, we are not gonna make it 2 per
Oh, there
week.
is yes. Okay. Okay.
A ver,
Last.
like
Okay,
calculus.
that's it. Basically, I guess we can do. For me, it was the whole point. Now that I comes with, I will have to check out this like that. There's a whisper before the Big Bang. I don't know. I cannot get away from that. That's profound.
Since this live, this streaming, it came like a ton of new clever people.
Yes.
Make new books and everything. We have opened the Pandora gates here.
The Pandora box, yeah.
Box, not Gates. Box, not Gates.
Box,
Box.
doesn't matter.
Bill Gates. Bill
The
not Box.
sarcophagus.
Bill Box. What? Thank you for joining us today. Right. So feel free
Yes.
to
Feel free
subscribe
always.
to the channel,
Always
share
feel free.
with friends.
Always feel free,
Subscribe.
except for coffee.
Like bell and all that thing. Yeah, hit everything. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Basically, that was pretty fascinating. It was for me profound. Like basically, share us things, educate us, leave comments for us.
Help us.
So basically, it's good to like well, everybody learned today something, and and all that. So that's
You're in
really
the other
nice.
side.
So basically,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we are kind of done here. So basically, hey, once upon a time, on Española and Nederlander and Suomipoika want to thank you for joining us today, and thanks for beforehand for everyone who gonna watch this stuff. I think it was pretty nice. I think
It was nice. I agree.
It was nice.
Yes. Nice is the wrong word. It was interesting. It was exhilarating. It was amazing.
We had a nice, interesting communication of sounds.
Yeah. It's just
Yes.
like conversations on cultural what is this exploration? So hey, stay tuned for the next thing. When is the next thing? When is the next
I
thing?
think the 10th, Friday the 10th.
Friday the 10th.
Yes.
That means absolutely nothing special, right? Not like Friday.
No.
No. Okay.
No. Well,
So
every day is special if you think about it.
Okay. And everything
It
is
Every day is
doesn't
special.
repeat. It's
like
not 2
the
days
Wheel
the
of
same.
Fortune day 10. Hei,
Exactly.
hei, nähdään tulevaisuudessa. Heippa. Thank you for joining. Kiitos, että lähditte kuuntelemaan, katsomaan. Subscribe, like, share videos. Come again. Thank you. Spain. Say bye.
Gracias. Adiós. Pasarlo bien y no miréis con quién.
I didn't understand that. Hey, dankjewel. Tot ziens. Goedenavond. Tot de volgende keer.
Maestra, hit the music, right? See you in the
Yes.
future.
Nos vemos.
Bye.
Bye. Hasta la vista,
La vista.
baby.
That's good that it's not so cold anymore. You know?